please join me in welcoming to the stage Renée Bergeron.
Good morning. What a great morning it has been already. The one thing that stayed with me from the earlier keynotes is that the waves and cycles of innovation are greatly accelerating. But innovation has always been met with resistance. And it is our role, the role of the channel, to help customers embrace innovation and thrive. So this morning, we're going to flip things around, and we're going to look at the waves of innovation from a customer's perspective to see how you can help your customers thrive with the digital keys to business endurance in the age of AI. And the technology buyer's journey will be our guide. Your customer starts by identifying a problem, a gap, or a challenge to be addressed. They then start exploring solutions that could meet their needs. They evaluate the alternative, looking at features and cost and vendor reputation. They align on an optimal choice, and they get to a purchase decision. And finally, very importantly, they adopt the technology. And this is where the experience is going to drive the long-term satisfaction and loyalty. Whether you run your own marketplace on the AppDirect platform, or whether you run on the AppDirect marketplace, it is critical to understand how the technology buyer's journey is transforming in the age of AI, in order to ensure that you maintain your status as a trusted partner, or in order to ensure that you help your customers adopt innovation and thrive. So let's start at the very beginning with problem identification. And let's look at what CIOs and business leaders are buying today. And to do so, we're going to use the AppDirect Tech Wheel. Now, the great news here is that all categories are growing, anywhere from 6% to more than 30% annually. With technology convergence surging, your customers are consolidating vendors, and they are looking for partners that can deliver the entire technology stack. This presents tremendous opportunities for partners. And at AppDirect, our goal is to enable you to deliver these end-to-end solutions through our multi-category catalog. This year alone, we added 3 new categories. We added energy with the acquisitions of Box and D&E. We added AI with the launch of our devs.ai agentic AI platform. And we finally launched hardware with the acquisition of FirstBase. And of course, every technology on the AppDirect Tech Wheel is underpinned by communication services. 97% of IT leaders see a modernized network as critical in order to deliver AI, IoT, and cloud, with 91% of IT leaders increasing their investments in network. Every single category increases the need for communication services. That's right. Telecommunication is sexy, once again. Ultimately, what we're talking about is value chain expansion. You may have specialized your business in telecommunication network, selling a variety of communication services. And that's your entry point into the AppDirect Tech Wheel, from where you expand into adjacent solution, say into security, or into firewalls or threat detection. You may have specialized your business in energy, and that is your entry point into the AppDirect tech wheel, from which you can expand into adjacent solution, say into energy efficiency, or into wireless technology, replacing old telephone lines in elevators and security systems. And the same can be said for every single category. AppDirect offers by far the broadest and deepest catalog in the industry, with 42,000 technology services on the AppDirect platform. That is a staggering 45% growth year on year. And you have at your disposal a team of specialists that can help you find the right adjacent solution to get you started on your cross-selling journey. By expanding the value chain you sell, you will be significantly increasing your revenue by capturing a greater share of your customers' technology spend. AppDirect partners who have cross-sold, say, a SaaS solution to their telecommunication network customers earn 2 to 3 times more. In fact, every additional category sold earns 2 to 3 times more revenue. So, now that we've looked at what CIOs and business leaders are buying, let's take a look at how they go about exploring solutions and alternatives once they've identified a business need. With millennials and Gen Z now dominating B2B buying, representing 65% of B2B decision makers, there is a shift in how decisions are made. These new business leaders, well, they are digital first, and often they are digital only. They do not want to talk to a salesperson. 83% of the B2B buying journey is now spent on independent research alone, which means that you need to engage in the digital conversation if you want to reach new customers. But something has changed in the past year. The B2B buyer is no longer using search engines. In fact, 90% of B2B buyers now use AI tools to research vendors and solutions. In this new AI era, digital platforms are absolutely critical when it comes to digital engagement. The AppDirect platform offers many options for you to engage with today's digital buyers. You can sell your own products and services on a first-party store. You can build an ecosystem store where you curate a catalog of third-party products. You can build a white label reseller store to sell software and services from all the major vendors, including Microsoft and CrowdStrike, Google, AWS, Samsung, Acronis, and a lot more. Now, you can also build a referral store, basically a listing or a referral marketplace where you can showcase a catalog of third-party products without having to handle the actual transaction. And finally, you can now build a channel store for indirect sales motion and partner enablement. Of course, you can use devs.ai within our platform in order to create a unique, conversationalized, and personalized experience for your customers. These are all great ways to engage in the digital conversation with today's digital-first and often digital-only customers. So, we have a pretty good idea on what CIOs and business leaders are buying, and we know how they're researching alternatives. But how do they actually evaluate these alternatives? And how do they come up with a decision? Well, this is where it gets interesting. The search landscape is evolving from finding information to getting answers. Your B2B buyer is no longer just getting solution information that will need to be analyzed, consolidated, and compared. The AI agent is conducting the actual comparison. With AI searches, your buyers can jump directly to product comparison. Decisions team can surface instantly everything they need with a single AI conversation, truly expediting evaluation. But human nature is wonderful. What we obtain too easily, we esteem too lightly. That's a quote from Thomas Paine. And it is unfolding right in front of our eyes with AI product recommendations. Very few buyers trust AI to make a purchase decision for them. In fact, less than 30% of buyers trust AI to make a buying decision. You see, they believe it is critical for a human to validate the output of AI, and they rank human validation as the second most important criteria when it comes to building digital trust. That's pretty good news for all of us humans. The role of the channel, the role of the partner, has never been more important than it is today in the age of AI. Because your B2B technology buyer's digital trust is fairly low. And they need the digital channel. They need all of us to confirm and validate AI recommendations. That's why we continue to see most B2B technology purchases go through a partner. In fact, 70% of the IT market today goes through partners. Less than 30% goes direct. The channel continues to be the dominant route to market for enterprises. The B2B technology buyer is looking for partners to advise, to design, to procure, to build, to adopt, and to manage on an ongoing basis. The more of these stages you can deliver, the bigger the share of IT spend your customers will trust to you. And providers continue to shift from direct to indirect go-to-market strategy. You see, their customer acquisition costs have increased by 60% in the last 5 years. So what do? They're expanding their channel program. And as a result, they're seeing twice the growth rate. And they see a 50% reduction in customer acquisition costs with indirect sales. Customers want to buy technology through partners. And that is why 70% of IT spend is partner-led. Now, that's the power of the digital channel. And that's the power of the human element. And with the power of the digital channel, with the trust that your buyer has placed in your recommendation, they get to a purchase decision. Now, here again, the market has shifted in recent years. The distinction between personal and professional technology use is rapidly disappearing. As consumer technology is shaping expectation, the B2B buyer is now seeking an experience that is seamless, that is user-friendly, and they want it to be the same that they enjoy in their everyday online shopping. They want to experience that when purchasing technology at work. More than ever, today's B2B buyers are turning to marketplaces as their preferred channel for procuring technology. It is not surprising that B2B marketplaces are the fastest growing technology sales channel. And it is not just for small purchases. In 2025 alone, Forrester predicts that over half of all of the large B2B transaction, and they define large transaction as being valued as $1 million or more. Well, these will be completed through digital self-service channel. Self-service is no longer just for small purchases. And if you're thinking that any of your B2B buyer going through a digital marketplace will disintermediate you, well, that is not what the data is showing. By 2027, at least half of all marketplaces, all of those B2B purchases that are made on a marketplaces, well, they will be done via a partner. Now, this has been our vision all along. We believe in the convergence of people plus technology in B2B commerce, and we have spent the last 16 years enabling that vision. It is all about relationship-driven commerce, and this digital channel is key to helping B2B buyers find and buy the right technology solutions. And that's just the beginning. In a subscription economy, you want the last stage of the journey to be your focus. It is critical. You want your customers to adopt the technology, and you want your customers to get value from that technology so that it becomes part of their IT landscape for years to come. With $3 trillion in B2B technology spend, it is not surprising to see that the volume of technology, as well as the complexity of technology within businesses, is fast growing. Your customers are running anywhere from 150 to more than 600 applications, depending on their size, with an average of about 275 applications per business. And it continues to grow. Your customer's technology budget is also growing, with small businesses spending up to $5 million annually, and large enterprises spending hundreds of millions. And it continues to grow. Your customer's technology footprint includes software from multiple vendors, each requiring their own set of management system, their own contract, and their own invoices. This is the complex battle that businesses face on a day-to-day basis. And if you think about it, software is just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine the complexity of software replicated across every single technology category. There is no doubt that the enterprise technology footprint is getting more and more complex to manage, and it's getting more and more costly. As a result, companies on average overspend by at least 10% on SaaS and on cloud tools alone. This is basically underutilized, unmanaged, untracked resources. And some say that as much as 30% of IT budget are spent on unused or redundant technology. 30% that could be reinvested in innovation. And the main reason that is cited is poor visibility into IT expenses. Now, this is the problem that you can solve for your customers on the AppDirect platform through our unified lifecycle management. Through a single unified digital AppDirect platform, your customers get immediate access to a unified suite of lifecycle management tools for cloud and SaaS subscription, for connectivity, for mobility, for energy, for hardware, as well as for artificial intelligence. Through the AppDirect platform, you can help your customers use technology effectively. And in the process, you can help your customers drive significant cost savings. A single platform to manage the entire life cycle with workforce identity management, with data management, and more importantly than ever, with spend management. Then you layer on AI with devs.ai, so your customers can converse in a way that works for them, in a way that personalizes their experience. Now, this is the future of B2B procurement, going from consumerization of IT to humanization of IT. These are definitely exciting times. In this platform economy, leaders don't go at it alone. They build dynamic ecosystem on a multi-dimensional digital platform to gain competitive advantage and to redefine customer experience. And leaders layer on AI for a conversational and personalized experience, which drives the humanization of IT. Now, we believe that AppDirect, as the leading subscription commerce platform, is where you want to build or where you want to expand your own digital ecosystem. Because at AppDirect, we are unique. We focus on the end-to-end customer experience, because the customer experience is the new battleground. We amplify the human experience in order to meet you and in order to meet your customers at the point you are on your journey. And in the process, we help you future-proof your business through our Everything Store for Business, built on the leading B2B subscription commerce platform for managing, buying, and selling recurring technology solutions. Thank you. And enjoy Thrive 2025.